Hello everybody, Kia ora. Welcome to New Zealand. Hope you're well. I was trying to think about the pronunciation of how are you, but I'd probably get it wrong. Like Kaite, Pehea, Koi? Something like that. Anyway, I hope you're all well. Welcome to NZA Simulations Christchurch International Airport. Created by NZA Simulations for MSFS. It's a beautiful bit of scenery. It's really impressive. We've got the JTOs. There's a CA-17 from the US Air Force there as well as part of the this kind of United States Antarctic program section there. And it's been a little while since we've last flown into, out of and around this airport. It's a stunner, and it's going to be, I think, the first time certainly flying into Queenstown using the ATR72-600 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This first sector is a real world route as well. Before then we complete a turnaround and we head off on a second sector, which is all within our tour with Osprey Airways, the Lord of the Tourings. And we'll be zooming across to Dunedin, a new scenery created by Xwind, a new developer for Microsoft Flight Simulator, available also via iniBuilds. And we're going to be checking that out for the first time. It's a really cheap scenery. It's Mako Simulation kind of pricing, about £8. Really nice interior here at the airport with ambient sounds included as well. Complete with announcements over the tannoy, really nice. If we just blast out to the other side as well, if you're perhaps looking at this for the first time, lots of really small but stunning little things and features here, including the piano. Can't really hear it because there's a bloody plane. Hopefully you can hear it anyway, but there's a little piano blasting away, and various really good features here across the whole airport. We wander through check-in though and have a little look. They're busy away working at boarding our passengers. We go upstairs through security. Welcome Ramp, MPS Gaming, Lazaros, Kalispera, Chinook, good evening to you. Carlito, hello. Zato, Grant, welcome guys. Mike Oliver, good afternoon. Yeah, really top bit of scenery this. It's one of my favourites, definite all-time favourites. We've got to work out how to get to our plane, which is all the way over there. Bit of a clue really. We follow it towards the domestics, the domestic gates over here. So we'll work our way round. I'll probably get lost along the way. There we go. Bloody whipper. We come to this little lounge area here. Look at this. Really nice. And then just off in the distance there, we should probably open GSX up and request boarding. Because the magic starts now with this. Patricio, good morning to you in Kansas. Ashley, hello to you as well. Welcome. This scenery is really something else. Absolutely. Canadian Flyer, living a dream. Welcome guys as well. Badger, good afternoon. Great to see lots of you in the chats. Hope you're excited for this as well. It's always quite nice. We don't need crew, we're already on board. It's always really nice to see a spectacular bit of scenery, isn't it? We'll leave 3 and probably 10 on for this. So we should get passengers imminently. And I'm waiting here to see where they actually begin, because passenger boarding has started on the top there of the screen. Craig in Puerto de Mazaron, Spain, welcome. Ian, good evening to you. They might come out from all the way over there, to be honest. I do wonder.
Passengers
I don't think we can get through to that bit. Let's see. Let's see if we can find them. Aha, there they are. They're spawning in here. It's a long walk, I guess, otherwise, isn't it? So it's the magic of the GSX profile, an official NZA Simulations GSX profile at that. There's the dispatcher. And there's our wonderful jet. Well, not jet, I keep calling it a jet, don't I? Wonderful prop aircraft for today, the ATR72-600. And our absolutely stunning Anzac-inspired paint scheme for Osprey Regional, painted by Demo Designs on a special commission for today. Or for our Osprey Airways fleet. We're making use of that for today as well. Hopefully you guys like the look of it if you're perhaps seeing it for the first time. Is the dispatcher going to Queenstown as well? I think he might be. No, he's changed his mind. He's going to have to boot him off. Anyway. They're all getting on. It's a relatively full aircraft. Actually, no, it's not. Only 34 passengers. Bloody hell. So they're going to be on nice and quick. In fact, they're coming in their droves. Well, we can welcome them on board. The world's tallest man, who now has a head injury. Mark, hello to you. Just finished Wellington to Dunedin in the Air New Zealand A320. Was a lovely flight. Good afternoon to you as well. Good to hear. Have you got the new Xwind scenery? If so, what are your thoughts? What do you think of it? What have we got here? Let's see. Wander up to our flight deck here. Is that like the Allegiant-inspired Jet 2 livery? Absolutely. But more unique. It's almost like our Osprey Holidays Jet 2 inspired. Jet 2 Holidays inspired livery, isn't it? It's funny how things work out. There's our route input. Thankfully, one of the updates here. In the flight plan, you can log into your SimBrief profile with your routes, and you can hit import OFP. It will then populate in there, and then you'll see these three buttons go active. So initially, what I would always recommend is make sure you get power to the aircraft and start in the correct kind of page. So for here, going to FMS1, init. You could do POS init if you want as well and get that sorted. But in flight plan init and route, you want to make sure that you then hit set flight plan, and you'll notice it will then all load in like so. And that is the route there. Book B1 Papa to Guput, Yankee 266 to Elruv. And then we're already thinking about our arrival into Queenstown, which, for the purpose of today, we don't have a METAR for the live chat, but we do have a VATSIM METAR, NZQN. Let's have a little look. Winds 200 degrees, 020 degrees at 4 knots at Queenstown currently. So it's dying off to fairly calm winds, no cloud detected. I've copied and pasted it in the chat for you guys. And we can look at the current METAR here at Christchurch. Bit of sea fog over the airfield, I think, by the looks of it. Yeah, mist overcast 300 feet, 5,000 meters visibility for us, and 080 degrees, 8 knots. Runway 02 for departure, low IFR conditions, and we're looking at 5 knot crosswind, 6 knot headwind for today. With that in mind, we're going to already think about the arrival. So we're going to zip over to NZQN. I've already put the SID in, by the way. We're going to go RNAV Zulu to 23, and we want the Elruv 4 Bravo arrival, which is that one, via Atkil. Execute. So we should have Ekvox, Atkil, QN 780, 775, 770 Atvup, 760, 755 Larav, and that then translates to this on the charts for our arrival, 735, all the way down to the runway at Queenstown there. So it's going to be busy, but initially we've got our Mukvu 1 Papa arrival, departing out of the domestic apron here on Foxtrot, left on Alpha, crossing 29, and then we're going to line up via Alpha 7 taking off 02 northbound. Initially to 2,000 feet on a heading of 001 degrees at 2,000, commencing a left turn, max 210 knots. Easy in this because it only does 170 in the climb. And then we're going to head out 158 degrees southerly to Mukvo before turning 217 degrees to Guput and climbing at the time all the way up to be able to cross the mountains, which are more visible using this map here. So we're at the mountains fairly quickly. Look, you can see Sunar from Upnix crossing the mountains into Queenstown. Then we're going to fly through this little gap in the valley. Initially, we'll let the aeroplane handle the LNAV, but fairly quickly I'm going to turn it off and then hand fly the last little bit in, at least before the last bend, most certainly. Missed approach out over the lake and then south over Lake Wakatipu, Lake Wakatipu, out to Sungu to hold over in that valley there. Very limited options into Queenstown. But it should be a good one. Really looking forward to this. We've done it in the 737, we've done it in the A320s. We haven't done it in the ATR. Why not? I don't know. That's why we're doing it today. 1228. For our comms, active. Christchurch traffic Osprey 165, radio check. Afternoon, commentator.
Hi.
I think that's Sato and his high ping, maybe? I don't know. Barrow set to 1023. That is the current QNH. Good. 135 is set for our performance.
Alright, radio check.
Readability 5.
Thank you very much. I hear you 5x5 as well.
Duh. Aircraft, that's all going away. In progress. Happy days. Loading her up. Missed approach in blue. And that's all good. The discontinuity that we had over here, there it is. We need to make sure we clear that. Bosh, get rid. See ya. That's all dealt with. And the VNAV elements, we need to change the altitude selection in a moment. Destination weather, I don't think we can put that in yet. Maybe, can it go in here? I can't remember. No. Performance page, isn't it? I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, let's set 16,000 on the box. And we've got to think about setting up for hotel mode. We can pop this if we want, little feature, the document hatch. And we can say to Bruce, oh, you heard that, we are going to start hotel mode. So the wing light goes on for this. Put the seatbelt signs on as well because we've done refueling. External power is shown available. Pump 2 goes to run. Make sure the park brake is set. Gust locks engaged. They're all good. That's throttles are on idle. They are, and they're both on shut off. Start A and B. Prop brake on. Close the guards. And start engine 2. We won't hear very much. Jerry Cook, good morning to you. Welcome. Engine 2 to feather. Throughout the stream today, if you're enjoying the live stream, our routes, the aircraft we're doing, and just generally enjoying your time watching the channel, then make sure you hit like and subscribe down below as well. We want runway heading 016, but actually the Mukvo departure is 001 for the heading, so we're going to make sure that 001 is selected. Just below the PFD is where the indication is. Just there. So that's set, altitude is set, power management is on takeoff. We can come off those. External power. Boarding's complete. With that in mind, now aircraft. Ground power removed, tail prop, main door, and the cargo hatch can be closed up now. The doors here. 1, 2 and 3. And just double check to make sure the document door is closed. It is. So they're off. There's our little splatter of aircraft for today. And pushback's going to be interesting. Well, there is no pushback, but instead what we're going to do is just follow the arrows to the right and then vacate out. It's a drive out stand effectively for the ATRs here today. With that in mind, we've got to clear the master caution. Flight directors can go on. They are, well, they are now. Altitude is set 16,000. They're all good. Where's my surveillance page? Squawk 2,000. We'll pop it on for now as well, because otherwise I'll forget. TCAS is on auto. We'll put traffic on norm. Weather mode is on for now. VOR ILS, we'll worry about the VORs shortly. Right, 1 minute behind schedule. Let's pause the music and go for engine start. So, prop rotation time. Beacon lights on. Seatbelt signs, light signs all set as required. We can pop the probe heats on as well if we want to, just save a job for in a moment. And we are going to arm the starters. We're going to press the hydraulic transfer box, unlock. Okay, engine 2 is rotating and condition lever to automatic, and I'm watching all these indications. So predominantly here the MP, and then looking at the engine torque for engine 2 rising. So low pitch mode. Clear the master cautions again, because we might get others. We know the ones we've got at the moment. And we're going to do engine 1 start nearer to the threshold. So engine 2 is on and set. We'll leave start A and B active. We'll run the pump for engine 2 initially and pop the taxi lights on. Disengage the gust lock. Pop the nav display on. I'm just going to change the mode of that so we have it in the correct mode that we want for our flight. And we're going to do some control surface checks. Fully right, back to neutral. Fully left, back to neutral. All the way back, and all the way forwards. We would be looking at the flight control page if we wanted to. It's in there somewhere, but it's fine. Not too stressed about that. Aircraft chocks. Okay, taxi. Christchurch traffic, Osprey 165, stand 8 ATR72-600, taxiing out of stand on to Foxtrot, left Alpha to hold Alpha 7 runway 02, Christchurch. Bar brakes off. Just make sure New Sky is running, it is. Happy days. I was tempted today to use the Luke Air tool. This is going to be tough. I'm not sure if we're going to manage this. It's a right turn with one engine.
Christchurch traffic, Osprey 495, stand 17, push and start, facing south.
And Christchurch traffic, Osprey. Sorry, Christchurch traffic, Osprey 3804 at stand 10. We'll be starting engines and taxi.
No, so that's one of the annoying things with this. Then it won't have it. Right. With that in mind, though, and start engine 2, engine 1. Sorry. Feather. Clear. Just holding it on the brakes at the moment. I'm going to idle engine 2. And condition lever engine 1. Ready. That's a bit better. Shouldn't be that difficult. Anyway, taxi lights are on, prop brake is off and guarded. Starter mode to off and start aborts. That's all set as required. Now we're going to accelerate like an absolute space shuttle. Right. Round we go. Hoping the weather clears up a little bit when we get to New Zealand. It's going to be mad. Right, here we go. Let's rock and roll. Taxiing out. We've done our control surface checks and all that kind of thing. Quick screen grab of you guys. It's a wonderful bit of scenery, this. I think the last time we flew in here, the weather was a bit pants as well.
04. Taxiing to runway 02 via the ramp.
Ooh, come on. Need that drone camera to rotate a little bit quicker. There we go. Let's get back on that line. So FM1 is set.
New Zealand 659 Mike taxiing 02 via
Clear right,
Foxtrot
and turning off.
Alpha 6.
Make sure we are on idle. Right and left. Pop strobes on because we are crossing a runway technically. Great fun, this aeroplane. Really, really enjoy it. Flat 15. We're quite heavy today as well, actually. We're near to the maximum takeoff weight for the aeroplane, so strobes off. Look at that. Engine decals are stunning.
Christchurch traffic, Osprey 495, taxiing hold short 02
One's
via
lining up there.
Alpha 7.
Hello, radar 14, radio check.
Readability 5. He's off.
Traffic, you've got the package 5, outside 29, kicking back.
Uh, 1023, that is on, there we go, auto, magenta. I want bearing 1 for VOR it is. We'll bring the range in. VOR 2 KI. Well, Stormer, hello. Quick question, it may just be me, but is it possible to shut the windows in the flight deck? Can't seem to figure it out. You mean open them? Because they are shut. No, you can't. Not in this, unfortunately. You can do the document hatch. That's it. Let's get weather radar on. You might be looking at this, in which case there's like a window shade that's applied and you can't remove. Reset pitch. Yeah, we did. Canadian Flyer, yeah, unfortunately you can only get it in the marketplace. Christchurch traffic Osprey 165 via Alpha 7 lining up, runway 02, taking off Mukvo 1 Papa Guput transition, Christchurch traffic. Strobes, landing lights.
Christchurch traffic, Osprey 3804 behind the company ATR will be lining up runway 2.
Oh, that's how I really enjoy it. Bearing in mind, if you have Premium Deluxe, this aeroplane is about £10 in the marketplace, and it's remarkably good quality for that, and it's really good fun as well. Takeoff config test OK. Should have done that earlier. Okie dokie. Where's that windsock? There it is. We are heavy today because I've actually got rolling resistance on a slight uphill segment. Notch. ATPCS arms. Speeds of life. A little bit of left aileron here. I'm using some rudder. Actually, I think we'll be okay. V1, rotate. Just gently. Teaser into the air. V2, positive rate, gear up. Following the flight director. Turn the Tobii eye tracker off. Fuel damper engaged into the fog. Autopilot engaged. Gently off on the controls through 1,000 feet. Lost itself a little bit there. Colwyn, hello to you, welcome. Awesome stuff. Should be 001 degrees, there we go. Let's go to climb mode now. Accelerating through F and we're out of the cloud. Look at this.
Short Alpha 7 behind departing traffic line up 02.
Very nice.
Traffic.
Christchurch traffic, New Zealand 659 Mike, Alpha 6, holding short in sequence.
What we got? Let's go. Flaps up. Yeah, Calla, welcome on board. Christopher said we need louder sim sounds. How's that? A little bit louder. Don't want to do it too loud. Now where's the nice views gone? Here we are. Oh, stunning. Gonna be a lot of screenshots today, I think. New Zealand's one of the best places to explore in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not least because the world updates, improving the photogrammetry, but also the vast selection of incredibly high quality add-ons available for the sim for this aeroplane. For this area, for this region. Flaps are up, that's all good. Gears up, no lights. We've got LNAV and speed mode engaged, 170 knots. Taxi and takeoff lights can come off. Off lamp. Turning left, max 210 to ISCAN.
Christchurch traffic, Osprey 3804, departing 02 by the Muko 1 Papa departure, Gutlet Trent.
Awesome car one, A350-900 Singapore Airlines. It's a slow climber, this. That is my favourite Osprey Airways livery that we've got, I think. And on this side of the aeroplane, we've got a little Kiwi and the New Zealand flag. You're seeing it for the first time, along with that metallic fern detailed all on the tail there, really nicely. And then on the other side we have the Australian flag with a kangaroo. And there are the mountains already. Look at that. It's 1,500. It's 13,000 for transition altitude, so we go to standard pressure. In the meantime though, look at these views. Really good. Very nice.
Christchurch traffic, Osprey 495, taking off 02 on the Macba 1 Papa departure, Guput transition. Christchurch traffic.
Loud as Howard. It certainly does. You can download it. You can download it on flightsim.to and enjoy it from there. Ooh. Just realised 20 minutes ago I made a coffee that I've not been drinking. And I have precisely 3 jammy Dodgers just to get me ready for this approach to Queenstown.
Christchurch traffic, New Zealand 659, Mike, lining up 02.
So we're expecting RNAV Zulu, runway 23 into Queenstown. That gives us that beautiful approach through the valley itself, which is really, really scenic. It's a walk in the park in the Airbus A320. It's a little bit more challenging in the 737, but equally stunning and great fun. 10,000, landing lights off.
02.
Logo lights off. Seatbelt signs off.
And Christchurch traffic,
Lights off as well, we don't need those.
Holding
And
short
Woodfo.
on runway 02, time departing ATR.
MPS, you'll be fine. Follow, if you wind it back a little bit, you'll be able to kind of follow the steps I did to start her up myself. If that is any help. Let's expand the range. 20, 80 miles, that'll do. It's not a massively long route for today. And again, always keeping that heading bug in sync with our direction of travel as well. So we've got no ILS frequencies to tune today, but as we climb up, we've got to be thinking now about the arrival, because we're already out towards Guput. Before we know it, we're going to be at Elruth, and we've got 7 miles to Pampu, at or above flight level 150. and then 18 miles to Ekvox before we're in the star, in the arrival via the initial approach fix of Atkil for this RNAV Zulu. If we look at the charts for Queenstown, there are lots of different options, lots and lots of different options. So we've got for runway 23 RNAV Zulu, or RMP Zulu runway 23 AR. We've got runway unspecified, so we are RMP Foxtrot, RMP Golf, RMP Hotel, VOR DME Bravo, VMR DME Charlie, circuit procedures, all that kind of thing, and the RMP Zulu runway 05 AR as well. And this is where you have to study the charts, because if you zoom in at the very top here at Queenstown, this catches people out when they're flying in the bigger aircraft, the Category C aeroplanes like the A320s and the 737s. The RMP Zulu 05 and 23, you zoom right in, it says Category B. So that is aircraft no bigger than the one we're in today. Therefore, if you're flying in for example, a 737 or an Airbus A320, you have to look at the other charts. So if we're flying to 05, the RMP Foxtrot would be the suitable one here. Category A, B and C approved. And that is going to be bringing us in by a Babu. Queenstown 529 into Letpo, and then that final approach to 05. We've also got the RMP Golf, which has us come in for runway 23 via Atkil. It's very similar to the one that we are doing, but we are yeah, MPS, that's what I said on the thing about clicking too much on the tablet, because the tablet locks out on Discord. The only way you can get around that is to restart your flight, unfortunately. Yeah, Atkil, RMP Golf Alpha Bravo Charlie heading in, a little bit more of a squared approach there, look, and the RMP Hotel A, B and C once again coming in for 2-3. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to fly into 2-3 though, because you could end up flying a bit of a curved arrival round onto 05 perhaps, but it all depends. We're doing the Zulu, and it's a lot more curvature, a lot more rounded look. So that is what we're doing today, the RMP Zulu 23. We've got to put our minimums in here. Decision altitude 2709. I'm not sure if it's going to reach that high, but it's going to take a while for us to scroll that far. We'll have a little look now. And then landing on 2-3 means that we have very little backtrack, so we're just going to aim to vacate Alpha 3 straight into the stands. I can't remember if what stand that I said we were going to be parking on. Romeo 4 maybe? I can't remember. Romeo 6. I have to check Discord. Doc told me where to park to follow the real world routes. On to go. Oops, standard pressure, Luke. There we go. Romeo 1. There we go. So we're going to park at Romeo 1. Does RNAV work well, the ATR? Paul says. Not really. It can't really... Well, it can do it, but not in the VNAV kind of sense that a 737 might be able to master with ease. So all we've got to do is just monitor the aeroplane carefully, and if in doubt we just hand fly it. We have the data in the charts, so as long as we achieve each of those waypoints at those altitudes and we keep it safe and clear around the mountains, we should be fine. Flick the collar to MDA, and we're going to start to spin the wheel. 2709. Pressing and holding shift to speed this up, see how high it goes. This is the highest minimums I've ever done in the ATR. Two 2709, 2710 is the closest we can round to. Okay, we're level at cruise. Let's change the power management mode to cruise, and we'll let the aeroplane accelerate itself, but we keep it in notch. You'll find that you don't have to fiddle with the power of this aircraft. Oh no, no, you've completely misunderstood that. It's not that it's not as good as the Fenix. The aircraft has a different capability. The ATR72 cannot fly to the same standard as an A320, not least either a 737. It's a very different kind of airliner with different systems, and it's down to the systems that can basically decide whether or not we can do certain approaches. In effect, what we're doing today is using it as an LNAV guidance, and we'll step between each. We'll see, actually, it does have a VNAV path, so we should be able to, at the very least, get to LARAV at 3,300, and at that point I'll turn it all off and hand fly it anyway, so it should still be able to do this bit of the procedure. So if we look at the nav data here in the MCDU, we're at Queenstown at Kill. It doesn't tell me what altitude it wants. NZQN 030 degrees at 5 knots now. QNH 1021. Will it let us put it in? No. Ah well, doesn't matter. (030) at 5.
Christchurch control, Osprey 598,
Done.
taxi Foxtrot, Alpha, hold Alpha 7.
Can't work out how to.
Runway 02.
Found it. Right, let's turn the charts back on then. So at kill at 10. QN 780 at 86, return 775, output
Radar 14 via Alpha 7, line up with runway 02.
770, 760 and 755.
Traffic. Traffic requested 65, crossing runway 29 at Alpha.
At kill 780, and then there should be Togox. Oh well, APVUP, that's going to be the one that we want to focus on the most. We'll change that to 6700 precisely. And then LARAV, we've got QN, where is it, APVUP, QN 760, 51. (55), which is probably a PEXA, I'm not 100% certain, we'll find out when we get there. And then LARAV at 3,300, there it is. Bingo. So, the data is there for it to support the arrival that we're going to be doing.
Radar 14 taking off runway 02.
The question is basically us executing it neatly and pulling it off. Should be fine, I'm confident. I love the ATR, it's great. Really good fun, one of my favourites. And it's it's an aircraft that hasn't been sent to me for the purpose of review. So even though I'm very happily critical of aircraft that I cannot stand, even if I get them sent to me for free as like a press copy, that kind of thing, this one I genuinely really enjoy. MPS says can't move because EFB bugged out. Can lose the thing on wheels. Oh yeah, I said to you a minute ago, MPS Gaming. It's in Discord, it's in Discord. If you bug the EFB out by clicking it too fast, it freezes the EFB, you then can't remove the ground equipment at all. The only way is to restart your flight, that's it. There's no other way around it. 10 minutes before the stream started, or 20 minutes before the stream started, I did the same thing, mentioned it in Discord, over in our club lounge. And then I had to restart it completely because of it. Musical Aviator likes the aeroplane as well, but just wishes he flew a bit quicker. You know what? This is what this kind of flying is about. You know, We're buzzing around New Zealand at 16,000 feet, just above the mountains. Join us from New Zealand, MPS Gaming, then, for the next leg. Just don't bug out the EFB. Yesterday, oh no, not yesterday. Was it 2 days ago? Wasn't it? We flew the ATR. I bugged out the EFB and froze it while I was fiddling and loading the payload and the fuel and stuff in, and it froze. So I had to restart that just before the stream started, and then it did the same again today, which was annoying. Should I get the Boeing 787 or the ATR? It's for. What do you mean the 787? You got Premium Deluxe. You should have that for free already. And then, if that's the case, just get the Kuro 787-8. It's freeware. Oh yeah, by the way, you might have seen various kind of outlets advertising the fact that there is a 787 created by 4 simmers in the marketplace. Don't buy it, folks. It's absolutely dog shit. To be fair, I can't even dress it up any other nice way. It's, if you like Captain Sim level of crap, fair enough, buy away. But 4 Simmers is one of those kind of development groups, if you can call them that prey on the fact that on Xbox you guys are stuck with having to pay for liveries. So they've got these horrible Xbox level cash grab ethics, and I cannot stand it. Horrible business group that, and they're exactly the problem that that is kind of stand out with the MSFS marketplace. Because there is no quality control, an absolute dross is plastered all over the place in that marketplace, and 4 Simmers is a prime example of that. Don't waste your cash on that, folks. You're better off buying something like the ATR and all that kind of thing instead, rather than be exploited by 4 Simmers, which is what they're doing effectively. They're just exploiting everybody stuck on Xbox. The ATR is. I think it's the same price. But it's something different and unique, and it's going to give you a bit more of a challenge with an aeroplane that you have to learn. But it's actually a really nice aeroplane to kind of get stuck into as well. There's elements of kind of the Airbus architecture with the way it all works. So we know everything is on in the overhead panel because there are no white lights. Little things like that. I'm the same, Zato, yeah. I actively avoid the marketplace for any purchases. The only thing I've bought is the Antonov 225 and the ATR. I think it's pretty realistic, to be honest. There's a Logan Air ATR that flies into Heathrow, and I watch it intently sometimes doing its single engine taxi. And I watch it take off as well, and observing it from the apron, I think they've done a very good job with this, to be fair. Nighthawk, epic. Let's, while we get a chance actually, you just reminded me, let's have a little look at our flight so far. Flight Sim Gamers up, radar 1-4 in an F-18. Brilliant. Split Ocean, Osprey 442. Mephiston is up here. He's loaded in, ready to go at Queenstown. Yeah, there's Osprey 442, Split Notion. Zagoku's ahead of us, Osprey 495 in the A320. Zato as well, Osprey 3804, he's overtaken us. I wonder what altitude is that? In the wonderful BAE 146. So good. Nighthawk. He's in a bright red ATR. Graham as well, Osprey 596 or 569 Alpha. He's in an SR22 apparently, according to Valanta. I think that's supposed to say A320 or something. Air New Zealand 695. Mike. He's thinking about it. Ian's down there as well, Turbo Stig and MPS Osprey 598 still fiddling away trying to get everything loaded in for himself there. There's a New Zealand 659 Mike. Is it going to load? I don't think it will. Hey, Auckland's looking pretty busy. I'll say pretty busy. There's a couple of folk there. Just a little splattering of people. Hey look, Swampy. Melbourne to Auckland in the 737, Osprey 905, flying epic. Love it. Got a couple of screenshots, so they're the two that I took earlier on. It did the weird thing on my PC where it stopped me being able to do screenshots for a little while, so I ended up fixing it somehow. And that's one bug with the ATR. David, yeah, agree about the marketplace as well, just the ATR for him there. Board says I only use the marketplace for sceneries or the ATR. I just like how easy it is to buy sceneries. Nah, absolutely nah. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. It's an awful place for any add-ons. For example, if you download something via Contrail or Orbex or the Just Flight website or the Aerosoft store, and you install it on any of those, when the developer updates their scenery, it's pushed to those immediately. They also send it to the marketplace for an immediate update, but it takes them up to 2 weeks to actually put it into circulation. So you could end up with a scenario where a scenery is completely broken, or is starting to cause crash to desktops with the sim because of an update, a sim update that then changes the way the scenery works and it all boshes out. And you're then stuck. The only way you can deal with that is to uninstall the scenery that you paid money for. And I don't know why you would want to voluntarily expose yourself to those issues. Yeah, it's one of those things. I am really vocally against the marketplace. Can't speak badly enough about it. There's no auto throttle on the ATR. It's for that's again part of the wonder of it. But you leave it in notch, a little white thing there. The best thing to do, is to go onto my YouTube channel, the playlists tab, and have a little look at the ATR tutorial series. And I've got a whole selection of videos to help you get started with learning this aeroplane as smoothly as possible. And I've also created a free to download PDF checklist for it as well on flightsim.to. Just a harmless protector gamer says the only thing I buy on marketplace is airport scenery like London, Heathrow and Manchester. Again, you're letting yourself out for issues there. You want to remove any exposure to the marketplace because it is a horrendous place. It's just rubbish. The whole architecture of it is bad. The way that it's managed, the way updates get circulated, the quality of most of the, like 95% of the things that you can buy on the marketplace are rubbish. And Microsoft don't care, they just want our cash. The beauty is with things like Contrail, Orbex, all of that, we can actually install them all separately. iniBuilds as well with their iniManager. We can have a little look on their websites, pick the really good stuff. On Contrail we can read reviews as well. Proper reviews, not by people saying something's good when it's not. And then we can immerse ourselves in really good quality add-ons, aeroplanes, scenery, all that kind of thing. But I get, if you're on Xbox, you can't do that. You don't have that. You don't have that ability on Xbox, and that's unfortunately where some of these horrible developers like 4Simmers prey on, because they know you guys are stuck. You're stuck on the marketplace basically. It's a very different sim experience though, flying on Xbox, I think. I just think if you're on PC, the worst thing you can do is start to buy stuff in the marketplace. Unfortunately, this is only available in the marketplace, so it's one of those aeroplanes that is exclusive to it. It's a Microsoft product. You have to buy it from there. But it is good and it's worth its money, absolutely. It's the one thing that I really like from the marketplace. But I would never ever buy scenery or any other aircraft in the marketplace unless I have to. It's something like this and the quality I know is going to be good. Top of the sentence, 55 nautical miles. And we've done most of our prep, minimums are in, all the rest of it. The only thing we could do is, see, it intentionally doesn't mention the VORs here because of how all of this works. There is Invercargill 116.8 for missed approach, so we would pre-tune that. It will use VOR 2 for that one, and that's 116.8. We'll whack that in the box. That's now active there, and I want to find the Queenstown VOR, so we could, to be fair, just zoom in on the chart here. There it is, 1136. 113.6. Enter. So we've got 2 VORs tuned in there already. Yeah, the Bluebird Simulation 757 is going to be really enjoyable. I'm very excited for that as well. To be fair, if you're on Xbox, things like the PMDG 737 are available on Xbox. They're worth paying for, I would imagine, but then I don't know how that experience correlates on Xbox for an aeroplane that is incredibly complex and is incredibly well. There's a lot to do. So on PC it's really easy because we've got keybinds, all of our throttle configurations and buttons, and we can zoom around and look around with our mouse and all that kind of thing. I don't really know how it works on Xbox. Yeah, the 737 is a lot to manage, but it is worth the money it's for. 737-800 is a remarkably good aircraft, as is the 600 and the 700 and the 900 from them. And you don't have to buy them all, obviously, but if you want something that's going to give you some complexity and give you a challenge, then that is probably one thing, if you're on Xbox, worth buying in the marketplace. If you're on PC, buy it from pmdg.com. If you're on PC, just my general advice is never use the marketplace for anything, unless you really have to.
Traffic Osprey 3804, just reached top of the sun on the set flight level 100. Traffic.
They have, David, but then I kind of now start to think that's a hopeful thing. So annoying that just can't hold the altitude. Just give it a little wiggle, see if it sorts itself out. QNH 1021 in Queenstown. If you're on VATSIM, the only way to get a Queenstown METAR these hours for us, Grant, is to go .METAR in the little chat box in vPilot, NZQN, and request a METAR that way. I'll put it in the live chat for you though. There it is. 0404 at 4 knots. There we are. Nice, and it's a bit of a tailwind for us on 2-3, but it's only it's on the limit of 5 knots before they
659 Mike, go ahead.
Roger, it's Osprey 569 Alpha. I'm probably too close to you behind.
Nighthawk, yeah, still linking the contrail, buddy.
I'm going to do a circuit at Elbow and try and give you a little bit of space.
Yeah, contrail.shop
Okay, no
/
problem.
British
Zealand
Amphi.
65 now,
Soon,
Mike.
actually, iniBuilds are going to be launching an affiliate scheme as well, because obviously we spend a lot of time covering a lot of sceneries. We generate them a heck of a lot of money, to be fair. So they've now started to consider doing the same as well. I'm not sure what the terms of that would be, but
Yeah, I saw you coming up pretty quick.
hopefully
before,
very
but
similar
then you slowed
to
down.
the ones
For
on
that very reason.
Contrail, where you guys can buy using the code or the URL with 0 extra cost. That's the kind of affiliate link I like. You don't have to earn massive amounts from it, but the recognition's nice, isn't it? Sometimes the effort we put in. Oh dear, Charles says you've got a 300-foot ceiling at Queenstown. Shouldn't be. It says cut winds and weathers. It says NCD, no cloud detected. Should be fine. I hope so anyway, we'll find out in a moment. If your PC could handle a 20-hour flight, Mr. Beast said, do New York to Singapore with a Cessna. If you completed it, you got £2 million. Would you do it? Absolutely, yeah, for £2 million, I absolutely would. Don't know if I'd be alive to spend it at the end, though. I'm not convinced about this Mr. Beast guy, because he seems to have a heck of a lot of cash. And similarly, I reckon a lot of it is kind of done with the magic of YouTube, that kind of thing. So it's his mates and things like that getting the cash and bits, and he gets it back at the end. I reckon. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced.
This is awesome scenery in New Zealand.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Andrew.
Sure is. Really good scenery in New Zealand. I would have responded quicker, but I had a mouthful of jammy dodger. Doesn't really work. talking that easily. But yeah, it's stunning, isn't it? This is default photogrammetry. Ashton, welcome, buddy. Greg, thanks for subscribing. Great to have you on board. Chorig, no, this is the official Asobo MSFS ATR. It's you can only purchase it on the marketplace, but if you have MSFS Premium Deluxe, for example, then you're looking at £10 effectively, or about $15 US, worth every penny. Why, when I zoom from afar, my photogrammetry is blurry? Any fix? No, not really. Don't forget your eye. If you're sat in the plane in real life, your eye is kind of looking at this level of detail. So I think Microsoft have done that very well. When people zoom in, they go, oh, it's really blurry, like if we look at the rivers. But your human eye can't do that. And if you zoomed in with a camera, then it would go pixelated and blurry anyway, which is what this does anyway. So you can't really zoom in and keep the clarity and the crispness. Let's bring that range in a little bit. We'll bring it to 20. Top descent in 15. There's no auto brake with this. We've got reverse, but we don't really, I don't think, need to use it today. We'll find out when we get on the ground. I might decide to quickly put it in at 21st 1700. Oh, that's well out of date, Meta. Yeah, we'll ignore that.
Traffic was 495, reducing speed to minimum clean speed.
Performance,
for
reverse, no reverse, wet.
landing, for opposite landing traffic.
Required runway length, look at that.
Queenstown traffic.
Though it's going up, interestingly enough. Okay, maybe not. About 20-40 feet. Arrival runway length 5850 feet.
Traffic, Osprey 569 Alpha is going to do one circuit on the hold at Elbow for separation.
Elruv? Oh, Ekvox. Right, so he's 25 nautical miles ahead of me then. That's something I've got to watch out for. We're going to set 3-3. Although I don't know if I want to do 3-3 initially. We'll set 10. Flight level 100, which is 10,000 feet. And we'll get ready to descend on VNAV. And we'll see how it handles this descent in the arrival into Queenstown now. In just a few minutes. Always remarkable scenery. It's been a long time. Just sort my headset out there. Been a long time since we flew in here, and I forgot how nice it was.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 495, reducing speed 180 knots.
Wow. Okay, that doesn't work at all. The hell was that? Yeah, we don't have VNAV. Vertical speed. Screw that, that is awful. Bust right out through that. We'll just use it like the CRJ and we'll do like vertical guidance. So we'll follow the VNAV path but see what it gives us. I wonder if it will actually wait till top of descent now. No, pitch hold again, vertical speed. It wants to climb. Why? Rubbish. Well, I think we found another issue then with the ATR. Unless I've set something up wrong. Though I don't think I have. Not picking any TCAS up. Queenstown traffic, Osprey 165 is inbound 6 miles to the east of Ekvox. The RP Zulu runway 23 approach via Atkill.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 495, reducing speed 160 knots for separation with opposing the opposite land traffic.
Yeah, we'll use that as a VNAV guidance instead, so it will give us a bit of an idea of what our descent profile should be. So that's all we're doing instead. We're using that as a guidance instead of an actual VNAV descent profile. Yeah, it's about there, isn't it? And we can set power accordingly there. Paul, yeah, you won't find the METAR for Queenstown, buddy. What you need to do is on VATSIM, type .METAR space NZQN, and it will give you a VATSIM use only METAR applicable to the conditions at Queenstown at the moment, or as near to as possible. Osprey 442 is on runway 05. Yeah, it could do the maths as well, Matthew, to be fair.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey.
Who's on 05?
04 at
We're using 23.
6,500. We will call. Sorry.
1021. We're higher than we realise. 86.
Sorry, at Osprey 2804, we will expect the RNAV runway 23.
Cap up 67. And we've got visibility with the terrain. I'm not going to worry about things like weather radar and stuff, so actually we'll put that on standby.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495, reducing to final approach speed for runway 23.
Pop seatbelt signs on.
Inbound of my park. At my park for half arrival for further distance.
So speed is good, rate of descent is good, we're on profile. We've got the VORs set, we've briefed the missed approach, the altimeter is now set, local QNH 1021. Heading needs to be synced, and we're descending through to 6,700 feet. We'll bring that throttle down a little bit more, just reduce the thrust a tad. Not too fussed about the magenta bug there for the speed, as long as we achieve something. I'll activate approach mode as well actually now, just so we have a target for our approach. So LNAV vertical speed mode, just as a refresh of where I'm at so far. That's all good, that's set, parking brake is off. Icing's not required, lights and signs.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495, landing runway 23, 3 miles.
Get rid of that. Look at this.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 3804, we are 10 miles out for the runway. We will call visual of the runway. Traffic.
There's Queenstown through there, there's a big lake. And we're into this valley over here.
And Queenstown traffic, Osprey 3804, slowing down to
Ram,
approach.
it's also pretty rubbish. In terms of an Xbox product, you're basically just buying the default Asobo A320. I don't know why you would bother doing that. You've already got one for free in the sim. Okay, right, throttle's idle. Just letting that speed calm down now. Terrain clearance is really key here as well. On to go. What have we got here? Let's see. These are the good views. Oh.
Queenstown traffic, runway in sight, we're going to continue approach.
There's one in the valley.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495 going around.
That's all the views. One's on the go arounds. 6-7. We'll keep going to 3-3. To be fair, what have we got? 5,000. Missed approach. Climb to 10,000 via the RMP AR. Missed approach track to NVVOR. Hold Sungu 10,000. So I'm just going to make a note of that. 10,000 feet. There goes the music. 193. I reckon we hand fly this in now. What do you guys think? From here. I think that's a good idea. Let's do it. We'll keep the yaw damper on just to help keep things smooth, and we will set 10. I'm just kind of looking visually through the valley now, trying to work out where I want to be within the turn. The LNAV is going to want us kind of... I wonder if it's going to want us to climb. I think it might. A little bit bumpy. Fine. I'll turn the flight directors off in a moment, because otherwise we're just going to find it very confusing. Get rid of that. Split notion, good job. Toby eye tracker seems a bit all over the place there, so I'm not going to use it. ...186 knots. Queenstown traffic, Osprey 165 is inbound 8 mile final, runway 23, visual approach. Lap 15 set. A little bit of retrim. Just to help. 3-3's next. Power management mode 2. Takeoff.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495, direct at kill for sequence.
Need 160 knots. We're going to gear down now. We're at 7 miles. It's a stunning approach, this, isn't it? If we go to this view for a moment, look at that. Just stunning. Keeping the speed up a little bit, about 150 or so. We don't need it to be any higher at the moment. We're just kind of letting it trickle off a tad. We'll just kind of follow. There's a couple of masts here that I always kind of look for. They're just there, little pylons. If you follow that in, it actually kind of gives you a nice little curve towards the runway, look. And at the slower speed in the ATR, actually, that is really helpful. Through 150, full flat. Landing gears down 3 green. And that is our final approach checklist complete. Hello Michael, welcome. Picture looks good.
Approaching minimum.
109. So 114.
Minimum.
Oh yes, continue.
Minimum.
Well, I've just got a little bit of steadiness on the wing. Look at this. Oh yeah. Queenstown traffic Osprey 165, short final 23. Look at that. Spectacular. Yeah, what do you reckon, folks? Get your guesses in for our touchdown rating. Make sure heading mode is synced and the yaw damper is disengaged. Final checks. Done. Let's land. So currently it says 1 red, 3 white, but that's actually fine. I'm happy with the profile at the minute. Picture looks good. So I'm actually kind of trusting my instinct instead, if that makes sense. God, I forgot how nice this approach was. Winds are calm. Just keeping that picture nice and set. Speed's good, altitude's good. Looking ahead.
100. 50, 40, 30,
Radar 14, 8 mile approach for runway 23.
10.
Christchurch control area is
264, a little flat on the landing, I think, there.
down
And then just some manual brakes.
runway 03, and traffic in the
Gentle deceleration. $264. Valley was pretty close. Was it Romeo 1? Ram 232. Nice, that's close. So, yeah, 264 foot per minute. Right on the touchdown zone in the middle of that centre line at 1.27 G. No bounces. Important on a short runway, not to bounce. Strobes off, wing lights on because we're going to engage hotel mode. Beacon nav logo, that's all set. Taxi lights can remain on. 1 to 1A is on the right. Queenstown traffic Osprey 165, runway vacated, taxi to stand Romeo 1. Just lock engaged. Flaps up, all the way up.
Radar 14, 2 mile final, runway 23.
Engine 1, we can't put the condition lever to feather just yet because we've just landed. It needs a minute or so. There's the marshaller. Is that number 1? Oh, it actually is. I've downloaded a custom GSX profile for this. Can't see. There we are. Following the marshaller's directions. Can't see her. There we are. And straight. Gently on the brakes. Park brake is set. Engine 1, feather. And off. Clear. Condition 2, feather. Prop brake ready, green, unguarded, on. Close the guard. Unlock. Beacon lights. Prop brake blue. Good. Seatbelt signs off. Just waiting for the engines to shut down.
Radar 14 vacated runway 25.
Lovely. They'll tell us to keep shutting engines for a minute while they spool down. Pop the chocks on. GSX will realise in a moment. You parked a bit too to the right. Kind of skew. That's all good. We'll open those. Off she goes. She is obviously very disappointed with the parking. Request deboarding.
Requested.
And this is a walk-in stand as well, so this custom profile, not sure which way they go actually. We'll find out in a moment. Interesting to see. And I'm just going to have a quick look to see when the next person's in back. No, don't close the doors.
Passengers
Dropping
boarding
it.
started.
Is in the valley now. Air New Zealand 659 Mike. Let's see where they go. Oh, this looks great here, doesn't it? What an aeroplane to fly into Queenstown. So good. see where they go. While we wait for the punters to come off though, we'll go to New Sky and we'll check our results for touchdown. So, close the flight. Oh, 9.9 average touchdown. Hold on. Apparently that was further from the threshold. What the? It was bang on the touchdown zone. Oh no, that's accepted. Average touchdown 1.34. That's basically saying it was too firm. Oh well. It's only 0.1 deduction. What we got here? Oh, look at that for a screenshot, folks. Really cool. And to be fair, if we quickly just dip into the tower, oh, it's an Osprey CRJ, love it. That's meant to be an F-22, I think. Tower's a bit bland in here. It's the only kind of thing that lets it down.
Traffic Osprey 495 inbound.
It does give you the opportunity to kind of have a little look down at the aeroplanes below, look. As all the punters walk in. It's quite nice. We've got a few to watch to land, and with that in mind, I'm just going to go and reposition the drone camera over towards that touchdown zone, and we'll have a little look. F-28? Are you loaded in as an Osprey F-28 Zato, or a different airline? I might have a little look at the model matching rule set that I've got for Osprey, because I'm not sure if... I'm sure the F-28 is in there. Perhaps something's changed. Look at this. One part of the world that I'd love to actually visit, but it's so far away and so remote. Certainly from a point of view from us folk in the UK. But yeah, imagine flying here. Oh, a little stuttery there. Stunning. Lucas, it's part of Volanta, it's a stream overlay. I can't see it though, only you guys can. I think this is a good way to watch the touchdowns, isn't it? A good little spot. Just there, like that, look. Oh. Oh, that looks real. Ian, I'm jealous that you've been. That's exceptionally cool. Let's have a look at this second leg. What have we got here then? Off to Dunedin next. The new Xwing simulation scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Only 34 passengers again. Drop it, neck. We've got a few touchdowns to watch anyway, haven't we? Here. Queenstown's always good to watch. How many arrivals have we got actually? 1, 2. Somebody's flying in an MD-83. My goodness. Graham, I don't know where Graham's gone. He's heading up past Wanaka at the moment. Ah, the ATR's gone around. What we got here? I'm just trying to find FS add-ons, Osprey liveries. I'm sure we've got an F-28. Control F. Yeah. You definitely logged in as the correct flight number. Let's see. See if I can work this out. Yeah, F28. It's loaded as FSLTL instead. Ah, has it done that? Let's reload, see what it does. The only thing I can think of is maybe I've just updated the Fokker F28, which was updated overnight with an absolute whopper of a changelog. I wonder if there's a just flight. Maybe because I haven't actually loaded in with it yet, it hasn't recompiled itself, if that makes sense. It is installed there though. Yeah, F28 Osprey. So the livery's there as well. FSLTL is first, I think, yeah. Let me just check. Oh no, Osprey liveries is first. Look, there you go. Weird. I think maybe because I've updated but I haven't loaded in yet. I think what it's done, I haven't loaded in with the F28, is it's kind of, it needs to compile itself first. Because of that, it can't load in, I think. But it is there though, at least. I shan't worry too much. Okie dokie, next leg. While we wait for these arrivals.
Do you want to deboard crew?
No, we do not. Do we have a METAR for Dunedin? NZDN? Yes, we do. 030 at 4 knots. Question is, what's the preferential runway? So we can have a look at that in the charts. NZDN here on Navigraph. Zero 03 or 21. Doesn't actually say. But I think runway 03 is the primary runway actually, because it's specifically mentioned there in the charts. Runway 21 is a right-hand circuit. Reduced takeoff minimum available during tower hours not below 0 to 400, ops below 800 meter visibility, subject to availability of serviceable secondary power supply and automatic switch over.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 495, 5 miles, final for runway 23.
So ILS is on both. RMP is on both. Doesn't really help us, does it? It's a VATSIM only METAR again. There you go in the live chat. I think what do we got? 030 at 4 knots, variable 350 to 060. I think I think we maybe just go, we're landing with a slight tailwind again. Perhaps. Split Notion's going to runway 3 at Dunedin though. What should we do? 03? Or should we do ILS-21? While we think about it. Spotted on final. He's got his gear down, but it's just a rubbish AI generation thingy.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495, landing runway 23.
We'll do runway 03. And it was 16,000 feet again for the altitude. So it's the Basso 4 Alpha arrival instead. Here he comes. He's going to touch down about now. There we are. Just the way the fly-by-wire A32NX now doesn't load in properly, unfortunately, with the model hatching. Rather frustrating. Nice touchdown though. We've got a couple more on final, I think. What have we got on the alternate here on SimBrief? Back to Queenstown for the alternate. Well, I'll take that. The weather in Christchurch is pretty rubbish. Prep for the next leg while we wait for the others on approach. I think we've got 2 more. There's an MD-83 coming in, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. That's going to be carnage.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495,
don't know if we can get that working or not. That's done, that's done. Import from SimBrief. Model matching, Potato Gamer. So we're going to go GSX, request boarding. Deboarding is still not completed, but that's fine. And we shall prep for the next sector. So in the meantime, we go back into the flight deck. We can, in fact, go import OFP. This is where the tablet freezes out on me. You watch. Okay, there we go. It's froze.
Boarding requested.
The sim hasn't froze, just this has. Oh, there we go, it's back. That's in. NZQN, runway 23. And we want board departure, Bapley 2. There it is. Via Sungu. Bingo. Execute. It's a shorter hop this time. Oops. So we go down to Sungu, then Basos, and we want from there the Basos 4 Alpha. And we're going to go ILS 03. Basos 4 Alpha, which is that one. Via, asking about HL. Which we don't want. So we want no vias. Because HL will have us overfly the runway. Looking at the charts very briefly. 13,000 for transition. 14,000 for the arrival transition level. And the QNH we got a moment ago was 1022. Deselect that. 030 at 4.
Passengers boarding starting.
Cruise 160. Wait. We'll make sure this matches. See what it gives us. 1648. Payload set. Takeoff weight 19587. One six. Zero fuel weight is 1807. Right, that's better. There we go. And FinRes plus alternate. I'm trying intentionally not to use the actual tablet for the second leg, because if it freezes, the only way to get out of that is to restart the sim. We'll restart the flight, I mean, not the sim. That's done. Payload. Set takeoff trim. Here they come, the punters. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. In fact, they're in head of the dispatcher. Naughty. Okay, so that's pretty chill. We've got one on final, back in, on the display, on the approach. Oh crikey, he's over here. Jeez, he's going for a tough one. Round he comes. It's like a strafing run. David, no, I kind of leave them as they are, to be fair. They're at or above. I'll just make sure the ones later on in the approach have got a couple of ats on there. So like the one as we establish, if for an ILS, I'll make sure that's an at for a precise altitude, just so then it sorts the rest out in its VNAV brain. Although the VNAV didn't work very well for us on the way out, on that last leg. Nicely recovered for that Air New Zealand. Chinook says, I think you'll be disappointed in Dunedin. Good, touchdown. So what they've done there, that Air New Zealand flight, they declared a missed approach earlier on, I think. And they went round over the hills. What they've ended up doing is overflying the airport, and then they've routed out towards the VOR, round that kind of croppy rock there, and swept back in on the final approach, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's set, 2000 set, we're still on, what do you call it, Unicom. On the charts we can look further up to our approach. The decision altitude is going to be 253.
Pushing off stand 8.
And so because of that, it's going to take us ages. I'm actually scrolling the decision altitude, or MDA wheel now, just to get it back towards 253. And we can look at our departure in a moment once I've got that set. .260 is the closest. .510. Okay, so Bapley 2. We're going to start our engines, and then we're going to taxi to Alpha 4, backtrack 23, and then take off over the lake. Initially heading, initial climb referred to inset, it says, so where is it? There it is. So initially out, Frankton Arm, 1,600 feet at or above. And then we're going to turn round on ourselves. So this is manual flight. The little dash line there is down to us to deal with this. So follow the Frankton Arm until Abeen Kelvin Heights. Turn left around Deer Park to track 219 degrees to Encuff IDF. Cross Encuff at or above 5,200 feet, maximum 180 knots for the initial climb. Then routing from Encuff 219 to Olrek and Tuvu to Vapley, max 210. Cross Olrek between 6 to 9,000 feet. Cross Tulvu at or above 7,000. So there's a bit of a technical departure this. I'm going to set 9,000 on the flight control panel. So this is going to be down to us to hand fly here. So initially, runway heading, past Frankton Arm to 1,600. And then a left turn climbing, so 15 degrees maximum rate, Angler Bank. Around we go. Towards Jack's Point, which is there. Then we're going to fly kind of level off a little bit. We're going to spot the Deer Park, which is just south of the airfield, and we're going to turn to overfly that. And then we're going to look at Encuff, 5,200 feet. That waypoint there is what we're going to cross, and then away. From Encuff, we're then flying out over the valley to Vapley, turning south Ibuk, then Sungu at or below flight level 250 for that one. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, this one. Actually, I'm quite excited for this departure. Not sure how that translates on the nav display though. Let's have a little look. Ah, as I suspected. So it's down to us to deal with. So we're going to fly this ourselves. What have we got? 219. This is going to be fun because it means we have to hand fly the ATR for probably about, I don't know, like 5 minutes in the climb. In the confines of this wonderful basin. The Deer Park, by the way, is... You know what? I'm not sure. Where is the Deer Park? Let's find it. One of those things where you would have local knowledge and therefore you would know about it. Deer Park. Ah, okay, so we are effectively flying around this big rock all the way around, down through this valley, and then zipping over, kind of over the town here in fact, staying south of the runway at all times, and then off towards the Deer Park, which is about there, roughly. Well, it could be this here. That could be the Deer Park. Gonna be interesting. Look at that. Stunning. Osprey 442's lining up to depart. What this does mean is that on departure we're probably not going to get many good views because we're going to have, well, I'm going to have my hands full with the departure, focusing on getting it all right. What's the baggage status here? Rab says he did a missed approach on 05 at QN this morning, came in way too high. Chinook says we're going to be disappointed in Dunedin. Hopefully not, hopefully not. I mean, it's a very cheap scenery though, so I guess it all comes down to whatever we expect. I'm not expecting Mako Simulations Manchester level of nice. We've got to remember as well that the prop brake via the auxiliary pump and blue pump
Osprey 3804 taxi
won't be working for us properly.
Bravo 2-8 and holding at Alpha 4.
get that set.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey
510.
Fahrenheit at flight level 150 inbound.
MPS game isn't bad.
Elruv 7 miles.
Epic. He's done well actually. MPS gaming. You've made some good progress there. If we go to this view, we should capture one of our aircraft taking off. He's over there. We'll keep a close eye on him. Try and get some good screenshots of his departure. Dog's doing well, Daniel. Thanks for asking. There goes David, I think.
And Queenstown traffic Osprey 3804. Once the Osprey A320 departs from left to right, we will backtrack.
Oh,
the
Zato.
runway.
Doing a good job there. Better hurry up though. Was that? No, that's the last bag. Ding! Love those automated curtains on the baggage belt. Really handy to have. Off he goes. Screw. Off he goes. Lovely departure. Max rate.
And traffic Osprey
Bam.
3804 will
Screenshot
be
captured.
taxiing runway 23.
Oh, that's a great screenshot. I'll put it on Volanta. I reckon we might time this as well, so as MPS is coming in, we are getting ready to depart ourselves. So, aircraft cargo door, tail prop main door removed, park brakes are set, wheel chocks removed, and with that in mind, power management set to take off. Let's pause the music. Flight directors, go on. Although I might leave them off for departure to be fair, because otherwise they could get a bit confusing. Now we rotate engine 2. So, beacon lights on. Where's New Sky? 1340. Oh, hold on. 1340. Got precisely 2 minutes before we can actually rotate the engines, otherwise we're going to get a
Queenstown Osprey 495, stand 3, pushing back, facing west.
time penalty, I think. Just looking at how I filed this. So I'll put it on the screen for you folks. NZQN departing 1340. So the second I release that prop brake, the engine is notified as being started effectively. You get 15 minutes either side to be penalty free. So 1 minute to go.
Christchurch traffic, Osprey 34 Tango, push and start from stand 2.
There goes Zato. He's in the F28 really, as you said. We'll leave that tab on as well, because that's a safe one. Oh, David, having to restart. Is it the tablet that's froze again? Definitely not just a me thing, I think, if that's the case. Happened to MPS earlier as well. Queenstown traffic. Osprey 165, stand 1, engine start. What would be really helpful is if I actually filed our flight plan on VATSIM actually. Don't forget to do that, folks. Right. There we go. Sungu, Besos, literally the two waypoints that we are using today. With that in mind, 25, 35, add the 5 to 40.
Radar
Engine start.
14, ready for taxi to Bravo.
Will you start B today because we used
and
start A
hold
yesterday?
Charlie.
Pop brake, green, ready, unguarded, off. Close the guard, unlock. Prop brakes,
Radar
Released.
approach
Ignition
Queenstown
automatic.
708 at 11,000 feet, inbound Equvox 1 miles.
we'll wait for MPS gaming. I don't mind burning a bit of extra fuel. Low pitch. Map display selected. Overlay, we're going to switch this to terrain. Really key.
4 Fokker 20.
Because we're going to be avoiding anything red.
Departing 05 by the VATSIM 2.
Literally anything red.
Transmission.
Okay, that's done. We'll leave start B engaged and pump 1 set to run. We'll pop the taxi lights on, set flap 15.
Queenstown
Flap
traffic
15 should be fine.
5, taxiing Alpha 4.
What's the runway length here? 1,777 meters. Ah, yeah, we'll be fine. I think.
Queenstown traffic, Oscar 24 Tango, taxiing behind the company Airbus A320, holding short.
Off goes Zarto in the F-28. Queenstown traffic, Osprey 165. Taxi to hold point Alpha 3 in turn. Meow. He goes. It's a slow climb for him there. He's in the F-28. He's done really well to get that airborne there. But here we are. You never get it right on the nose. There we are. He's done it.
Behind the A320.
Gust lock. Full right. Back to centre. Fully left. Back to the centre. Fully right on the stick. Back to centre, fully forwards. I'm just looking at some of the other displays and things here. Make sure we've got it all set as required.
Approach Rodan, Osprey 598
good.
on RNP Zulu approach.
Brakes off.
Runway 23 inbound Takeoff.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 569 Bravo, backtracking runway 23.
Right, we're all going to have to kind of hold position a little bit for for MPS gaming. Bless him. He's going to have to park straight ahead through this little gap. Straight into stand 2, I think, for MPS gaming. Park brake set. And we're going to hold here at stop 2. That'll give him enough space there, so you can vacate Alpha 3, and then he just goes straight across to stand 2. Bingo. Ashton, no, it's fine. We'll wait.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 3804, airborne 5000 for 180. Final call, Queenstown.
If he's overflying, doing the manually flown bit. Just sit burning some fuel for a minute.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 569 Bravo, rolling runway 23.
Stormtrooper, I use the landing rate widget for Parallel 42 Flow Pro. Look at that tail
Queenstown
design,
traffic,
so good.
Osprey 495 behind departing traffic line up and backtrack to 6.
That would be the last departure, because MPS Gaming's on final now, folks, by the way. We'll just have to wait for him. Oh, that'll be a tail strike, potentially.
Queenstown, approach Osprey Fahrenheit, inbound Apexa, about 8 miles.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey Fahrenheit 5 will hold short for inbound traffic.
Look at that. The complexity of that design is just phenomenal. Right, we go right up. Look at this. How stunning. Queenstown's never been so busy. Ooh. There's a GSX pushback special. What? Oh, the poor passengers.
Queenstown approach Osprey Fahrenheit inbound Larav.
That'll be pushback complete.
4,300 feet.
No, he's going again. Crikey. Melon Lord, hello. Yeah, absolutely. Best kind. Yeah, fair enough. To be fair, technically I've got 8 minutes left till I'm scheduled to depart, so I'm all good, although I'm burning fuel. We're going for the Base 04 Alpha ILS 03. I'll put the route in the live chat, living the dream.
Queenstown traffic, behind landing traffic, Osprey 495.
Here he comes. Good luck MPS. He's done very well. Had issues with the ATR and he's persevered, stuck with it, and now he's flying inbound.
Queenstown, Osprey Fahrenheit on final approach for landing runway 23.
Stand 2 is ready for you, MPS. By the way, completely off topic, but has anybody ever drilled through cement before? But like, you know, like a poured concrete garage floor. And how do you tell if there's a rebar in it? Because I have to do that. I have to drill through the concrete floor to install a ground anchor, and I have no idea what I'm doing, how to do it, and whether or not I'm going to start drilling and find a steel cage rebar inside of it. So I've got the drill bit, I've got a torque wrench, I've got the drill as well. I'm not sure if I can use my normal hoover to hoover up the concrete dust. I don't think I can. I think that will clog it up, unless maybe I'll take the filter out and go filterless. I'm not sure. Then I know the dust can be quite abrasive, so not really sure how to deal with it, to be honest. I don't know if somebody has expertise in the matter. Oh, he's in Greason, 737-600.
Osprey Fahrenheit landing runway 23.
Incover says to avoid expensive repairs, use a rebar detector. Yeah, no, I think I was reading something similar as well. So I've ended up buying a. I haven't bought a rebar detector because My goodness, they are expensive. Up to like £3,000. What I've bought is a metal detector that can seek the value, the depth through the concrete that I need. Effectively, it's 30 quid on Amazon, getting delivered tonight. Beautifully saved there. Looked a bit high on profile there, but ended up bang on the touchdown zone, perfectly recovered. Nice work. There we go, stand 2 is ready for you. In fact, some of the others as well are available. Rightio, Osprey, scramble. I don't think I can use my own Hoover though. That's the only problem. I think that might stuff it up a little bit. Rotating at 106.
Backtracking 05.
And Queenstown traffic Osprey 165 holding at stop 2. I'll give way to the Osprey vacating. Nice work, MPS. Here he comes. In the pig, as it's affectionately known. Grisen. And our wonderful Osprey retro livery. Get ready for a little screenshot. Oh yeah, look at that. Skrrr. Queenstown traffic Osprey 165 is continue taxi to hold short in turn Alpha 4. So still single engine's fine for this. We don't need propeller 1 spinning yet.
And Queenstown traffic Osprey 7 Alpha Golf is going to taxi in turn to hold short Alpha 4.
Make sure the nose wheel's straight, certainly before I put the brakes on here. Single engine can be a bit problematic. Certainly when we go to backtrack now, we'll start to roll. To be fair, I think once he's lining up, I'll rotate prop 2, prop 1 I think.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 2472 is pushing back from stand 5 and we're facing to the north. Queenstown traffic.
Start B still engaged.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 495 lining up runway 23 and immediate exit.
That could be a good view. Takeoff when he does rotate. MPS, no worries. Now you've got time for a very quick turnaround to join us to Dunedin. Bingo. Nice takeoff. Wicked screenshot.
Radar 14 backtracking.
Good effort, MPS. 10 points. Little squirt of juice.
And traffic, Osprey 3804 will be leveling off at screen 150. Traffic.
Crikey, Michael's watching the stream in virtual reality. Part brake set. This is going to be a tough departure. If you're just tuning in, by the way, wondering what all the red is and what departure we're doing, we are doing this. So the Vapley 2 RMP departure, the first segment of it though, up to 5,200 feet, is hand flown. So departing runway 23, as we are today now at Queenstown, with a backtrack of course. We're going to fly Frankton Arm to 1,600 feet, and then a 15-degree angler bank max round left through the massive hill that's where is it? It's kind of hidden here. But there's a massive hill there where it says IDF written in text. We're basically flying around that big hill, which we will see. Legend visual reporting point. From there, we'll keep going past Hidden Island on the right hand side and Jack's Point, for continuing then to turn over Deer Park and then heading out 219 degrees through NCOV at 5,200 feet, and then away we go past, well, between Sunshine Bay and Hidden Island onto the SID. So heading out then to Tulvo, Vapley, and then down we go through the transition to Sungai.
Radar 14, taking off runway 23.
So we've got a lot of work ahead of us for this departure. I've got my charts ready. Engine 2 rotates. Starts on.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 2472, will taxi down
NH.
point Alpha 4 in 10.
10.
Queenstown traffic.
15. Feather. ITT's rising, engine starts, is active. MP. On. Auto, single channel, MP's rising. There goes the, I think it's a fighter jet, I think it's meant to be. Crikey. It's barely made it up. 1 and 2 landing lights, they're good, that's set, so. Low pitch modes. Part brake off. Queenstown traffic, Osprey 165, backtrack 23. Start off and abort. Overhead panel, no white lights. Lights and signs all set as required. Backtracks commencing. Traffic is on norm. To make sure we've got surveillance on. 1228 is set. Power management mode set to takeoff. I'm just going to give it a wiggle back to takeoff there, because I know sometimes it can be a bit buggy with that. Takeoff config test OK, and recall for any master cautions that we might have cleared that still be present. That's cleared. God, and we are good. "28 passengers left." My goodness. Whoops. Quick check of the METAR. Still 1021, winds 030 at 5. Runway 03, MPS Gaming. I'll put the route in the live chat again for you. You can ignore the N0277 F160 bit though if you want. That's just telling us what speed and altitude we're going to fly at. There's the route. ILS 03 for the arrival. I'm looking forward to this. This departure is going to be good. Rudder trim, aileron trim, all neutral trim, stab trim set, flap 15 green, or 15 and blue rather. Gonna change into heading hold mode here instead, just in case. I don't want LNAV because it might then try and turn us into the mountains. Instead, if we need to use autopilot for any reason or something goes wrong on the takeoff, like we lose an engine, we might find it useful to use a bit of autopilot just to have us fly straight and level for a minute while we work out what the problem is.
Osprey 2472 is going to disconnect here, so New Zealand, you can probably just taxi past.
Copy that, thanks.
Ian, have a good night. Sounds like you're headed to bed. Super late for you guys in Australia. Turning point. We'll use all of it.
Cheers guys, have a good one.
See ya.
ATR that doesn't want us to play the game, so I'm off to bed. Good night guys.
Yeah.
There we go. Queenstown traffic Osprey 165 taking off runway 23, Bapley 2 RMP departure via the Deer Park. So with this, I'm gonna hold it for a moment. Don't want auto search bar, go away. That's all good, that's all set. Set a little bit of power first. I'm going to set notch early. Notch, notch. Power set brakes off, rolling. Speeds alive, ATPCS arms. $80 knots. V1, rotate. V2. Come on, girl. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey film level for Golf, going to backtrack runway 23.
Down to us to hand fly this little segment. We're going to get flashing on the PFD and all sorts of weirdness. And I'm just going to leave takeoff power in for a moment. Frankton arm, flying the runway heading still. 1,600. Round we go. There's Jack's Point. Switch to climb mode. Just letting the airplane kind of settle now into acceleration speeds. Queenstown traffic, Osprey 165's airborne, 4,000 feet, passing Hidden Island. Flaps up. Okay, our altitude's good so far. And in this moment, kind of got it trimmed, just hold it nice and steady. We can. Grab a little screenshot, look at that. There's Jack's Point. I think. I'd have to Google it to be certain. Let's bring that down a little bit. There's the airfield. 5,200s. That there, I think, is Kelvin Heights. Not sure.
And traffic
Well, Kelvin Heights might be that outcrop there, actually, that little island.
Via the Basel Port Alpha
So this bit's the bit that goes tight for that. We'll level off.
Expecting visual 02.
That way we can go to 30 degrees Angler Bank. That should have us. Oh, look at the nav display. Have us pretty much on the line. So nav mode armed. LNAV, VNAV, yaw damper. Could have put that on early just to make it smoother for the punters. Leveling off.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf, departing runway 23, Batley 2 departure, Deer Park transition. Queenstown traffic.
Speed mode, autopilot engaged.
Then in traffic Osprey 495 inbound buses for the buses for Alpha arrival following the ILS 03 approach.
There we go. Up and away. Oh look, there's a big peace symbol there, never noticed that before.
Queenstown traffic, diesel 415, lining up, backtracking.
That's
and
cool.
Lining up runway 23 behind departing cut.
Taxi lights off. Queenstown traffic, Osprey 165 through 8,000 feet, end curve, final call. Fine, we'll keep going. 16.
Radar 14, returning to Queen.
Look at the view. Spectacular.
Radar 14, returning to Queenstown.
Mikhail, welcome to you. Back to work. Having a holiday, been called in for 2 days. Ooh, sounds urgent. Oh, it's all good.
And traffic we have, and Dunedin traffic. The airport inside at our 12 o'clock. We'll call 5 miles out.
Crikey, is it Dunedin already? Only just at Vapley, or barely at Vapley. Right, that is all done. I want to see how that looks. Yeah, you know what? Not bad. So, took off 1,500. There's the Frankton arm here, this little bit. 1,600. Then we turned south around Peninsula Hill. Turning before Jack's Point. Look, there it is. That little area there, Jack's Point. I don't know if that's Hidden Island there, I'm not sure. And then we kind of routed back on ourselves. Probably could have flown in a bit more and then made it a bit of a sharper turn, but otherwise then made our way across and away and past Kelvin Heights as we had planned. So not bad at all actually for manually flown. Certainly being unsure of all of the stuff in the vicinity as well. On the charts to compare, there it is. A little bit more of a flat circle, a bit ovular in comparison, but certainly wings level before Jack's Point. Look, and turning back in again. I'm happy with that.
Traffic Osprey 3804, final runway 0, standby. Runway, on 5 mile final, runway 0. Little traffic.
He's already there. Fly it down, welcome. Yeah, it's super late for you guys in New Zealand. It's what, like 1 o'clock in the morning now, I think, 2 in the morning. And the thing is, when we're flying things like the 737s and the A320s, even with all the automation, they fly and accelerate so quickly that it's going to accelerate away. And before you know it, you're not really taking in all the scenery that you could potentially take in. Instead, we've got the opportunity here to kind of sit back and take in the scenery and actually enjoy the kind of smaller things that we may not have otherwise have noticed because of the lack of speed, the more kind of relaxed nature of our flights. Even the kind of valley and bits here, you can take in the details, look at the rivers, which we wouldn't otherwise have necessarily been able to do. But look at that for a view, folks.
Traffic New Zealand 415 departing runway
313, standard pressure. Very hazy approach into Dunedin, Rab says. We got here some cabin views. To be fair, that's probably one of my favourite views there. Or even that one's always a good one. You zoom in enough. Just quickly reset that view. How awesome is that? Yeah, Dan, I'm very jealous of that. That is really cool. Really wish that we had something even remotely similar near the UK. It's a bit of a flight sim favourite, isn't it? Probably because for most of the world it's so far flung and so remote in comparison. Badger's down already, my goodness. Well, we took off what? 10 minutes ago. We've flown around the point there, all the way up to where we are now, almost at cruise, and we are still yet to fly away from Queenstown. That's the thing. Mushy peas, yeah, I've done the CBT. I've got the direct access stuff coming up after a holiday. Which, by the way, at the end of September, I will be away for 3 weeks. So you guys won't see any live streams or any content around that point in time. Almost levelling off. What I might have to do is scale back on some of the... Hello, discontinuity. Spot, should have checked that earlier. What I might have to do is scale back on some of the live streams to get a couple of pre-recorded videos done for you folks, so that you can have maybe one a week while I'm away, something like that. Also, oh, I wish I was coming to New Zealand. Off to the wonderful island of Mauritius. Nice, if we could stick this right on the nose now, can we? Look, little GoPro cam.
Dunedin traffic Osprey 495.
Not too much rest
final
though.
for ILS 07.
From Sungu. The arrival starts there at Roxburgh. Miller's Flat. We're already then routing in, so it's a short one. What have we got to do? We can look at the charts. So Sungu, there's Bezos there, look. And actually, 29 miles from now, that is when the star starts. There we are, look, Sungu to Bezos. Velby, Angot, Kakax, Dagnu. Just going to check the data here. Velby, Angot, Kakax, Dagnu, Otkis, Aklar, final approach. ILS lock me 253, which we already set. We rounded up to 260 a minute ago there in the primary flight display prior to our departure, and from there we've got to make sure a load of this is tuned in. So we can go to nav, and we can tune in on the ILS 1103 110.3. .7, which is Henley, which is a VOR that's on the charts there, and we've also got 110.3. We'll pop that into nav 2 as well for ILS 2. A couple of ADFs which we can pop in here. We've got a few actually. Berringdale, Berringdale 394. Henley 378. And Mosgiel 358. So 358 I'll put in the standby box. And then active ADF 2 378. And I'll pre-tune 358 into that as well, because that's pertinent to the missed approach procedure. That's all of those done. And the course inbound is 030. So I'm going to make a note of that. 110.3. And it's going to be from 2,800 feet. Transition level 150 it says there. So Perth.
Queenstown traffic, Osprey 498, stand gate 2. Push and start, heading east.
And I'm going to pull the VATSIM METAR again for Dunedin. 0503. I'll put that back into the live chat for you folks.
Dunedin traffic Osprey 495.
So 1022.
Runway 03, 3 miles.
We'll expand that a little bit. Back to heading sync. 214 is settled. That is in cruise mode. 160. These are, as I said at the beginning of today's live stream, they are two of the legs within our New Zealand World Tour, or our New Zealand Tour in Osprey Airways over on New Sky. So you can dive into this. You don't need the scenery. There's quite a few really good freeware bits of scenery for New Zealand as well, which you could make use of. Worth checking that out. Don't forget as well, folks, give us a little thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream so far. And I'm not really sure what to expect from this Xwind Dunedin scenery, because it's £8, £8.99 I think, with tax. So really, really cheap scenery. And with that in mind, my expectations are therefore fairly low. But anything New Zealand, very exciting. Top of descent is shown there at Velby. Zato, have a good one. Thanks for flying along, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, so they'll be at or above flight level 150, and then we've got Kakax down to 8, so yeah, nice and simple. quite like having the
Dunedin traffic
weather
Osprey
the terrain radar on there with the
contacting
rippers.
runway 03.
Quite nice. Next week we've got a hop in Scandinavia because Copenhagen Live is back. We've got a slot booked. Throughout the day they're hosting a real ops kind of event at Copenhagen. They've invited Osprey Airways to the event as well, even though obviously it's not a real airline, but they've said that they will happily accommodate us if we fly in with Osprey as well, which is really kind of them. VATSIM Scandinavia. We're going to be flying a Norwegian Airlines route, 737 route to London Gatwick Airport. One sector, we're expecting lots of delays and holds on the ground initially before pushbacks. It's going to be, no doubt, quite busy. Did you all know that Dunedin in Scottish translates to Edinburgh? Living the Dream says. I did not. I feel like I need to Google that though. I never know if people are trying to trick me or not with that kind of thing.
Dunedin traffic, Osprey 569 Bravo, establishment localizer 7.5 miles from runway.
That's because the wing lights are on, that's why. Bezos for Alpha. Dunedin traffic, Osprey 165, ATR72-600 with a QNH inbound of 1022. Passing Bezos, Bezos for Alpha RMP arrival, expecting ILS runway 03 will report near the field. Dunedin traffic. Very welcome. Absolutely. There's always good views around NZ. North Island and the South Island. Marlos, welcome, very good, thank you, hope you're well. Hop of descent.
Dunedin traffic, Osprey 569 Bravo in 5 miles final for runway 03 Dunedin.
Sort out the throttle to match the descent. Don't mind it accelerating a little bit. Don't want it accelerating too much though. 220 looks good for now. Just sort out the vertical speed gently. Have a descent profile, looks good. Remember, no auto thrust here, so it's down to us to solve power settings relevant to what we need. Little tweak again, a little bit less on the prop. Maybe a little bit less again because we're still accelerating ever so slowly, 1 knot at a time. Angots, 8,000 Kakax.
Queenstown traffic Osprey 598. Taxi, backtrack runway 23.
APS done well to play catch up there. Good effort.
Dunedin traffic, Osprey 71 Alpha Golf ATR.
Never flown to Dunedin before.
600.
Just generally looking forward to it.
Inbound Bassos for the Bassos for Alpha RNP arrival. Expecting the ILS runway 03. We'll report when established on the ILS.
1022. Set local QNH.
And Osprey 569 Bravo is clear of runway 03 Dunedin, taxiing to the eastbound.
Hotkiss 2800 is next. We'll just keep a continuous descent down to 28. Yeah, 28 for the final approach. Belts. Definitely. Then went back to Old Faithful, Greason. Dunedin is down there somewhere. But to be honest, no idea where though within that landscape, so looking forward to this. $2,800, so yeah, due to level off just before that by the looks of it. Aklar. At 2-2. Then at 8 miles the glide slope begins. 1103, 1103, ILS. $5.99 plus VAT. The scenery's okay, not bad value for money, living the dream says. Interesting. Approach speed, activate. 25 miles to run. There's no auto thrust in this, so I just kind of set that early. I've got the magenta speed bug aligned down there, then you kind of forget about it. We're through 10. Let's get the lights on, double check the signs, icing is not required. Overhead panel is set and checked. That's all good. Park brake is off. Missed approach is briefed. A bit better. Leveling off pretty much on Aklar there. Turning. Little recall. We'll keep our speed up for now. It does decelerate quickly if you need it to. Big thank you to everyone who's hit the like button so far today, and all of our new subscribers. Great to have you on board with us. Hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. Been good. Less of a challenge into Queenstown than I thought it would actually. It's kind of like the perfect aircraft for it in good conditions. I wouldn't necessarily like to try it in bad weather, but I suppose that would be part of the challenge and the fun. Gonna let the wings go level here. I don't want it just idle, I just want it literally just tickling into man. What have we got? Heading modes, VILS, and we want to make sure we've got the course set to 030. So currently it's 36. We have to manually set that. Ready. 219 now, David. But I'm going to work now to reduce to 180. Let's get rid of that music. It's focus time. QNH set, power management mode, back to takeoff. Okay, ILS is alive. Let's bring the range in.
Queenstown traffic, hostile Fahrenheit,
Weather mode on standby, 185.
Departure.
I reckon MPS Gaming could just blast out in his 737-600 and not worry about doing the little wiggly turn in the SID. We have got all the lights set. Yep, good. So, 1 to go. Below the glide slope. Happy days. Bring that to 1,000 foot per minute. And yeah, we've got a backtrack as well. 170. Approach mode is armed. Lock glide slope armed. Leveling off 2,800, speed through 180. The glide slope's armed, locks captured, flap 15. Dunedin traffic, Osprey 165, 12 mile final, ILS 03. We'll just try and keep our speed up. Lock is active now, Alts capture. Missed approach for this. Track 030 to Mike India. Inbound. NDP. To 2,000, turn right, direct Bravo Echo NDB, hold mandatory 4,000 feet. 4,000 set.
Love flying along with Osprey and enjoying all the videos.
Flying with Dan, thank you very much, buddy. Really generous of you. Appreciate the tip. Thank you very much. Glad you love the content. Ah, there's the runway. Kind of not where my brain thought it would have been, to be honest. Nice little ridge here, protecting Dunedin from the coast, it seems. Rightio. So, gear down, 8 miles, 2,800, glide slopes now alive, bringing the power back to match. Gear down 3 green. Missed approach set. APS. I expect you to catch up really quickly then. Speed's below 150 knots. 6 miles. Flap 30. Set and yeah, go down 3 green, ready for it. Aircraft's decelerating. We are kind of fairly nose down at the moment. That's because we are holding our speed up on final approach. Look at this. Awesome approach into Dunedin. Really nice. In the valley. Superb scenery. Oh, look at that. Oh, you did? Epic, Dan. Thank you very much. I missed it. Yeah, it's a tip, but I have to read it, and it says purchase 1 merch, as well as a little thing to let me know. Let's hand fly it. Dunedin traffic Osprey 165, short final 3 miles. 03. My controls. What do you think, folks? Touchdown rating guess time. Wind's 2 knot crosswind at the moment. Rab's gone for 115. Tiny little bits of trim just to kind of help. It's crept up a little bit there. The change of power setting, you'll probably need to change your trim setting as well. The nature of the beast. You can't change one without affecting the other really, because the trim will affect speed or something like that, and then you'll therefore have to change power.
Traffic Osprey similar for Golf established, ILS runway
Here we go.
03, 11 miles.
Nice and stable.
Minimum.
Continue.
Minimum. 200.
Now throwing the vision towards the end. Round about now. Looking ahead.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Holding it.
10.
I use a bit of reverse prop to help. Big deceleration through 60 knots and we'll clear the prop. Go to manual brakes. Pitch mode's changed. 216. And we will vacate. Left on Alpha. With that flaps up. Robes off. Oops, a bit too much. Brakes there. Oh, the brake's stuck, that's why. The MSFS looking around bug. Dunedin traffic Osprey 165 vacated on Alpha. Surveillance, transponder standby. Right, where do we park? Stands 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Well, I think that stand there will be jolly nice. Stand 3. Well, actually, they haven't got a scenery. Maybe 3S. See if that's an option.
Dunedin traffic, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf, 5 mile final, runway 03.
It is an option. Jolly good. Okay, because that's taken a little while, we'll just get it rolling. Engine 1 to feather. Just like engaged. We'll keep it rolling, keep the momentum on the aeroplane, and turning left into 3 Sierra. It doesn't look bad at all for... Hold on, why is he over there? I'll figure it out in a minute. We've got a landing to watch. There's our touchdown rating though. Bam. 1.23 G 216. It's one of those. 3N, 3S. I'll click 3N for now and see what that gives us in a minute. Got 2 on final. Lovely. Right, okay. We'll worry split notion. Well, it's not 3N either. 3N's that one. This is a custom profile that I've got. I don't think they've configured it properly. I don't know. I'll try again. Change facility. Gates 3S.
The requested position.
Do you want to select parking anyway? Yes.
Dunedin traffic,
I hope when I load back in again.
Final for runway 03, number 2, I believe.
Oh, wicked touchdown. Nicely done. Awesome work with the nose wheel there as well. Really good. Yes, there we go. So that one's actually worked now, look. So he's got us in the right place. You see where he is there? That's where I wanted him. So I chose 3S a minute ago though, and it didn't give us the option. Interestingly, the LODs seem to have broken here though, as well.
Traffic, Osprey practice is 5 mile final, runway 03.
Dunedin traffic, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf, vacated, runway 03.
This is an alright profile to be fair now. It's just a bit clunky. But this is working nicely for us. This is why we wanted him. Yeah. Yes. Heart brake sets. Auto feather prop brake unguarded, and on wing lights can go on to notify the people on the ground. Beacon lights off, seatbelt signs off. Request deboarding.
Traffic Osprey 5665, landing runway 03.
Passengers bus is coming.
Quick says he's landing the MD80. Whoa. Oh, it's not loaded in properly for us. Type code MD83. I don't think I have that in model matching properly. Just loaded you in as a CRJ instead.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Oh. Crikey, he's fast. Gee. On the brakes. Uh-oh. I mean, the MD80 isn't designed for these short fields. Roll the trucks. I think he's done it. Just about. A couple of changes of trousers required. Oh, yeah, definitely. New trousers needed there. And he's on a backtrack now. With another one on short final. Oof. There's the airport scenery. Very small, isn't it? Very niche airport located in this valley. Quite nice though.
Oh shit, I'm on final for 03.
Alright, I'll make it.
New Zealand 415 going around.
Oof. And 442's out already. Got to go around, happening overhead. Where are they?
Gonna be in the runway at needed. You can go ahead and make your departure. We're gonna go around 2 miles.
What have we got here?
Clear runway.
What are those? Oh, actually in the... Oh, that's some nice detailing there, whatever they are. Some sort of vent. Little quarry pit. There is a little error there. I think they're supposed to be in the tower. Dan in New Zealand, good night, buddy. That means there's probably no tech. Yeah, look, there you go. That's meant to be a screen. And though, you know what? I don't know. Don't know where they're meant to be. Could be that one. Ah, it's a passenger bus. Chuffing heck. It's meant to be a walk-in stand. Bloody GSX ruining the immersion. Oh well, it parked us okay, didn't it? Let's get rid of this. Slow it down a little bit. We'll listen out for people inbound. We'll pop around the scenery, have a little look-see. Twangamai. Wellington, Auckland, Christchurch are the routes. Very basic interior, but for $5.99 plus tax, so like less than £10, less than $15 US, you can pick this scenery up, and it's something different, isn't it? Something unique. What have we got here? That's probably the entire schedule for the day. Wellington, Auckland, Christchurch, and repeat. Obviously the route we did isn't a real one. That's it for that area. There's not really much to see with it, to be fair. The little arrivals baggage facility. Let's see what's on the other side. We're listening out for people on final.
Dunedin approach, Osprey 58, inbound Kakax 4 miles.
Oh yeah, New Sky. Let's find out. Thanks for reminding me. Close the flight. 10. Bam! Love it. $199 profit. Oof. is a statue. Oh, it's a weird looking statue though. Ugh. What is that meant to be? Is that meant to be a person on a horse? Crikey. It's no Lucifer from Denver, is it? I'm curious to know what the night textures look like now. Zip. To be fair, the outside, not bad. There's not really much to see with the scenery, to be honest. It's pretty sparse. You know, it's effectively a little regional airport, plopped in the middle of a valley. A couple of hangars and bits. Apron lighting's good as well. Runway lighting looks good. I think for the price, it's more than suitable, more than reasonable, isn't it? 737s, A320s, A321s service the airport. So do the ATRs. Look on the spots. $5.99 scenery. I think is pretty good for £5.99. What do you guys think? I think that what they've done is they've gone down the line of, you don't go and explore inside the airport. Certainly for £5.99 or $10 US. Instead, what you get is outside external visuals that are more than suitable. That's alright, isn't it? I think for the price, this is pretty good.
Inbound,
Custom bins there as well with Air New Zealand look. I think for the price, this is more than reasonable, to be fair. I don't know, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about the matter as well. Mark says, I think they've done a pretty good job for the price. You seem worse for twice. Exactly, yeah, bang on. Not bad. A couple of little things that need to be fixing, like the screen that's floating. But beyond that, I think that's a pretty good bit of scenery from them. No complaints. We've got a couple to watch. And one to depart, I believe. I'm going to hold it there, and I'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
Dunedin traffic, New Zealand 415, going to be holding at Bravo Echo NDB for arriving traffic. Dunedin approach Osprey 598 on final approach ILS.
Atlantic Velocycle, welcome. He's holding short there, jolly good. Here comes MPS. Done a remarkable job catching up, to be fair. He had a load of issues at the start of the stream with the ATR, the EFB freezing out like I had as well, and he's caught up. And we got Nighthawk as well still flying. I think it is New Zealand 415, I believe, or Adams. He did a go around anyway. He's over Brighton at the moment, Brighton, New Zealand. Brighton, England. There's MPS. Flying in. And that little grey line denotes our route over the 2 sectors that we've done today. Christchurch to Queenstown to Dunedin. Really nice. We could continue the legs. So, you know, as in on another stream and another day, there is where is it? Over here somewhere. Oh, I don't think that's it. Whangarei. Westport, NZWS. That's the next leg in our tour, our New Zealand tour and Osprey. So you can basically, it has you zigzagging all the way around the North and South Islands of New Zealand, exploring various sceneries, both freeware and payware, in one of the most remarkable parts of the world. Certainly in the sim, it gives us the opportunity to explore a place in the world that we might never get to otherwise visit in real life, in really good quality of detail as well.
Dunedin approach Osprey 59, 5 miles to runway 03 landing.
David's is good fun, but a few new sky deductions. He was rushing the departure. Yeah, I think I kind of was rushing the departure myself as well, but managed to push back early enough to negate any significant kind of delays, but barely made any profit though. The amount of fuel that we burnt, the short route as well, and the short load factor that we had too. Ah, fair. Where'd he go? Where is he? The touchdown zone is here. It's a small touchdown zone actually, it's literally those 2 blocks. Oops, grass. So MPS is our last pilot in. Split Notion's about to head off in his 737, we'll watch him take off. Greason inbound.
Dunedin approach Osprey 59, landing runway 03.
This 737-600 is the cheapest in the product line from PMDG in MSFS. It's a really good entry-level 737. Certainly if you've never experienced a PMDG package before, it gives you their exceptional quality, depth of simulation. It's a remarkably fun aeroplane to fly as well, all for about 30 something pounds, which is exceptional value. It also climbs like an absolute rocket. Bam, touchdown, nice. Gonna be on the reversers. Loaded a PMDG model, so we're not going to hear the reversers or anything. But there's our beautiful Osprey Retrojet livery. There's our little dinky ATRs and the CRJ over there as well. Split notion waiting to depart.
Dunedin,
good effort.
Traffic, Osprey,
That's quite quick.
Vacated
done well.
runway 03.
And after all of that, basically no delays, MPS Gaming, really. We've got one more left to land, don't forget. I don't know where they've gone, though. Ah,
New
I can see.
traffic, New Zealand 415, just about to be established.
There.
ILS 03.
How many miles, though? I reckon if he's more than 8 miles, Split Notion could get down there for an immediate takeoff just in time. Although he's now getting blocked, so maybe not.
Dunedin,
There's the last pilot in.
Taxi to stand 2. Osprey Fahrenheit.
Yeah, no way you're making that Split Notion, not now. Depends how quick your backtrack is. And how light you are as well. Tiny little airport.
Zealand 415, about 5 miles to runway.
A little tractor there, look. Approach lights. There's something on the charts over there, but it doesn't look like it's in the scenery, which is a bit of a shame. I suppose for £5, £6, you're not going to expect anything magical, are you? Is that a custom building? It's an attempt at one. Fire pit, maybe. Yeah, scenery I think for the price is fairly reasonable, isn't it? It's nice to have something, rather than a big international airport, it gives us something small, regional, gives us some options as well in the ATRs, and general aviation aeroplanes, helicopters, all that kind of stuff that you all might like to be flying. Anything up to 737 A320 in size seems to be able to fly into here, which is awesome. Gives you lots of flexibility for a very low price. MPS, yeah, fair enough. You'll burn more fuel than we'll ever earn on that. It's a very tiny route, isn't it? One go around later, Air New Zealand, finally in. There he is. He froze. Oh. Oh, he's crashed the desktop. Ah, oh, gutted for him. What happened? Vanished into thin air. Oof. Big F. For whoever that was. Oh no, he's back, he's back, he's back. Oh my god, he saved it. No idea what happened there. I'm glad Osprey 442 saw him. God, I don't know what happened there for him. Well saved, whatever the heck happened there. Little internet dropout, maybe a quick disconnect from VATSIM. Saved it, and an absolute whopper of a touchdown as well. Good job. Nice work. Oh, I really thought he'd crashed the desktop then as well. This is where it'd be interesting to see how people compare with default scenery, where they actually end up going.
In traffic, New Zealand 415, clear of the active. Thanks for your patience. Osprey 442.
Good job. Nice landing, very nice landing. And 442 is going to line up at the park. Let's have a look to see when the next stream is going to be. I think we're going to be in the Just Flight F28 for the next one. We'll check out the new update. Huge amount of features, tweaks, performance improvements and fixes and all sorts of stuff in the new F28. It's really, really good. Very impressive changelog actually, quite surprising. So we're going to check that out. Actually it might be the 9th. What have we got, 9th? So that might be the 6th of September, but I'm not sure to be honest with you. Might not be. So the 9th might be. In fact, that might be the only stream for this week coming up. Reason being is because I've got work, but I've also got a promotion thing on the 13th, which I have to prepare for naturally. So, oh, there we go. I thought he disappeared then. So I have to spend the time kind of getting ready for that, really. So I think that's what we'll end up doing. We'll end up doing the 9th, which is Copenhagen Live, Norwegian 737-800 ops. Copenhagen to London Gatwick, and then the 15th of September I've got one day off where I might be able to, after promotion board, I might be able to get that F28 stream in again, depending on what happens in that week. It was almost a 2-week period, isn't it? So we might end up with a number of different sceneries, aircraft, whatever else launching, so we'll have to play all that kind of thing by ear anyway. Jeff, welcome. ATR's pretty good. It was good before anyway, but the only thing is if you're clicking too quickly on the EFB locks out. So it's something you guys are worth kind of watching out for there. Zip. But beyond the EFB freezing and the VNAV being a little bit hairy into Queenstown, for example, it's okay. There's a definite LOD issue on this scenery. Look how quickly the scenery is starting to unload itself as we move out. Albeit the grass. Not sure if that's an MSFS thing. Oh! Well, you know what? Well, we should watch the takeoff in the field of cows. My goodness. I think what they've done is they've taken inspiration from NZA Simulations, haven't they? And they've seen all the sheep around Christchurch, and they thought, you know what, we'll put some dairy cows near Dunedin instead. It's all right though. $5.99 this scenery, and they've done nice little details like that. I think that's pretty good. Kweku, have a good one. Good to hear that you enjoyed it. There'll always be a next time. Next one is going to be Saturday the 9th of September. So it is the weekend for a lot of people. Wherever you are in the world, you might be able to stay late enough, stay up late enough if you're in sort of New Zealand, Australia, that kind of part of the world, or get up nice and early if you're in the States. And we'll try and set a midday kind of start time in the UK again to fit as many people as we can as usual into the time frames. Osprey 442 is now taken off runway 03. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. 2 sectors now. The epic NZA Simulations Christchurch Airport scenery to Iniscene's Queenstown, and then to the new Xwind Dunedin in MSFS with their awesome Sobo ATR. Hit like before you head off, hit subscribe, and enjoy the rest of what's to come for the week ahead. In the meantime, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for flying along, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks for watching.